the game itself, Parables of the Set Apart, I don't have a tagline for it. Still searching for a tagline for it. Because essentially, at first, it was Parables of the Set Apart Deception. But the story now has sort of evolved past the deception tagline. No longer works for the game. Even though it's about the wolves in sheep clothing, the main enemies in it is the wolf in sheep's clothing and the Angel of Light, as well as the many minions of the Angel of Light. It no longer really holds that deception name, especially now that added in wisdom. Wisdom added an entire new like a layer of the game. So they like being story. Yeah. So now it's like that deception tagline no longer works with it. But that is our first. We have the Steam page for it. That is going to be our first to market video game of the studio, following the Set Apart one, which Justin, I think you might want to add a little something, because you were the one who did the major concept work for Set Apart one for the version 3. That was then we took 90% of that design into what is his final 3D model. What were your thoughts when you got that just to redo Set Apart one? Because I'll just even add with Set Apart one, what ended up happening with him is that Set Apart one is essentially more or less the kind of studio mascot. The word keeps him is Set Apart. So the Set Apart one, he is actually the first character ever made for any of the other characters, before any of the other characters. And his design was done first by Justin. Then Justin did a Kedoshim, Majen, Nake, Omega, Ainegal, and I'm like, dude, every character you made after this one looks much cooler than the one who is supposed to be the mascot of the studio. So I was like, share some on that, Justin.
Yeah. So I wanna put two images in front of me. I want the 3D model, which is just absolutely amazing, that you have here shared with us, and then the one that I did. Now with this character, again, the references from the previous iterations of this character and then what you wanted going forward, I really wanted to solidify in my mind what is it, the type of world this character will fit into, right? Because the previous iteration prior to this one was the more sci-fi version, and which I love, because that's my go-to. So with that playing in the back of my head while I was coming with this version, I wanted to incorporate some cool aesthetics from that model, but then get it more grounded into the world that you were explaining, Xavier. So as I was detailing this character out, again, I only draw my own characters. So whenever Xavier asks of my efforts to whip these up, this is outside of my spectrum. I don't usually do these type of things. So when I was going back and forth with Xavier, showing him flats and inks and little things that we can edit here and there, and then the final product that I have on the right side of my screen, it's a character that I really like a lot, especially the color scheme. I really dig that light blue neon light thing that Xavier likes to protrude in his characters. That really resonates with me. So when the character was finished and we were able to go back and forth on it, when he showed me the 3D model, I just love that. One, it's an honor. First of all, it's an honor that I even get a hand in any of this project. I think it's an excellent story, and I'm just so glad that it's something for the Lord. I think that just tops everything in this whole creative world that we live in. This is something that is for the Lord. So I stand behind that, and I want to give my full efforts to portray that in my work. So when I saw the 3D model, I was like, man, this is what I'm talking about. You're establishing a character, you're building on the foundation of it, and then you're using it to where it fits in the story. And I love the 3D model. I'm looking at it right now. The reason why it just works well, because one, in a 3D setting, I love how I do my character. It's cool and everything, but in the 3D setting, the way that the 3D model is portrayed, it works more efficiently within a game. And because I'm gonna safely assume everybody here is a fan of gaming, as you were explaining earlier, I think it would have been harder to create the same specific model that I drawn out. But I love that there's still incorporation of that in the 3D model, and it just shows that. And just like Ken was saying, Xavier, man, this story is just flowing, man. I see the pipeline and seeing where it goes from concept. Even when you were showing me Ken's work for the first time, I was like, this is awesome. And I'm so glad I was able to, do that piece that I worked on with Ken in terms of coloring and inking or whatever. And just seeing him. Go ahead.
No, so just going back down the timeline and history, that was your first piece to color and digitalize, one of Ken's first concept piece for Maj and Omega and Anya. Wow.
Yeah. And so when I got my hand on that, and then just seeing it just go across this timeline, and then you showing me Ken's work, and then you're showing my work back to Ken, and then just showing us all the artists and everyone that has their hands in this, it just flows, man. There's no, like, you can look at this, like the whole picture, right? All the artwork, all the writing, all the stuff that you're trying to put out there, and it's just cohesive. And I think that really speaks of what you want to be obedient to, man. And you want to be obedient to the Lord's will. I just remember, I know I'm segueing a little bit, but I remember when you first came my way and asked for my help in this. I was asking my wife, this is new for me. I've been in drawing digitally for some time, and not that I have a big following or anything, but I wanted my hands in the creative Christian world space. I wanted to see other artists and writers and be in this world. So when you first came at me with this story, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, there's something here. But and like Imani said too, I want to pray on this, because I really want it to be what it is for, because I don't want to be a part of something that on the outside it's just, yeah, we're Christian and this is Christian work, but there's no substance there, right? Even Ken said that too. There's no substance behind it. There's nothing backing it up. So just the prayer being confirmed. I remember in the midst of our talk together, you praying on this, and I said, wow, Lord, this is a man who is dedicated to his calling. This is something that his assignment is to create this story, this universe, and he's committed to it, as you can see from the 200 page document. I was very impressed, man. Dude, nobody does this, man. This is just the mindset you had. You're going in all chips on the table. Like, this is all for the Lord, and you want to give him all the glory. And dude, I respect that, man. And it shows how serious you're about this. This is not a joke for you. You're not taking this lightly. You're calling different people and different talents, pulling them together to come together on this story. And I just love that I can go from Ken's work and see where he's resonating with you, and then add my little piece of the puzzle there, and then this 3D artist, and then Joel and Imani, and everyone's just got their pieces into the pie, but it just flows, man. So I'm seeing these 3D model, and this is what I love about doing a Christian piece, is that if I'm not doing this with the mindset of Christ, I'm gonna look at this 3D model and be like, man, could do better than that. You know what I'm saying? You messed up on this, the cape is too this, because my mindset is not on Christ. I'm trying to be in a competitive nature, but I see this and I have joy, because I'm like, man, this is what's being produced for this story. This is awesome. Like the 3D model of the wolf in sheep clothing. When you sent me that first piece, I was like, yo, Xavier, this is cool, man. I want to play this. This is a game that I want, and to know that where it's coming from, like this is biblically based, and you have this awesome, like, immersed story. Like, I'm seeing this, man, and I'm just like, wow, praise God that this is something that's in the pipeline. This is being created. It's not like a concept. This is actually being worked on. So yeah, man. So I know I kind of segued a bit, and I do apologize for that, but I just love that you're allowing the work that's going into your project. I can go from my pieces and then go all the way down to wherever God's going to lead it, and say, this is something I want my hands in. I want to see the fruits of this. And I already see it just from this podcast, just being with you guys. This is awesome. But just to know that down the line where this is going to go, man, I want to be a part of this world. I want to be a part of this in any way, shape, or form I can. And I'm so grateful that you allowed not only myself, but everyone here to be a part of this, man. Like, you're not shy. with how much you want us to be involved. You're not like, oh, thanks, Justin. Okay, bye. 6 months later, oh, hey, Justin, can you do another concert for me? A year later, you know what I mean? No, you're like, Justin, check this out. Dude, look what's happening on the page. Look what we're doing on the Steam. Like, I love that, man. I love that you're allowing me to be active in this. It shows that that I can be, even if I haven't done a drawing in a while, whatever the case may be, you're saying to me that my input is valuable to you. And I appreciate that as a person. And I appreciate that because I know you're doing it with Christ, man. And that makes it even more impactful, because I'm like, Lord, I know he's asking your help on this. And I know that you're giving the right people to do the right things, like the 3D modeler. You got Imani doing the voice acting here. You got Ken doing all these concepts. He's like feeding one-to-one from your brain to his art, right? And then you allow me to come into the mix here and there. It's just awesome, dude. Like, I'm sorry if I'm gushing, but it's just so cool to be a part of this, man. I want to see this executed, like, years down the line, man. I want to be a part of this, brother. And I say that genuinely. I'm not trying to fluff you up or anything. I want to be a part of this in any way, shape, form I can. And I want to contribute to this because this is the type of stuff I want my kids to see, man. This is the type of stuff that I want to see the generation growing up. They look at this and they say, what's that about? That looks awesome. That trailer looks sweet. And then to know that's Bible. There's Bible in that. There's verses in there. How cool. Like, me just being a gamer and just a fan of art, just knowing that there's something that is being portrayed for Christ, it just blows my mind out of the water. So, dude, I'm a fan, and the fact that I could be a part of this is like double layered, you know? But yeah, forgive me for going on a tangent there. I had to say that. It's just awesome.
That was good, man. That was a word, really. Because like right now, as we're sitting here, my son's playing Fortnite in the other room, and when you're talking about, you know, kids having stuff that's biblical based, that's one of the things where he's always like, Dad, what's up? Like, wanting to see, you know, like the concept, like after all that stuff, man, the scene stuff. And so it's cool because he'll see stuff and then go in there and be like, yo, guess what, you know, because it's his little friends from the church, and they're playing Fortnite with our friends from our sister church about an hour up north from here. So there's already like this little, like, I get to see like a little crowd that's already like, what they're gonna do, like, it's gonna look like what? So I'm already how hype it's gonna be, you know, like,
hold on, man.
So cool, dude. I was like, oh, they don't even know, like, yeah.
You have no idea what's coming. It's coming.
I remember when Ken, when we first did the first set of concepts, the piece that we actually sent to you, and he showed it to his son. He was like, yeah, we're getting the approval of 10-year-olds. We're really locked in.
There you go.